It is soon to be UFC light heavyweight title challenger Jamahal Hill. I mean, just hearing that, man, the reality, has everything set in yet as to what's going on? I mean, you've been on your charge to the top of the division, and then in an instant, it comes your way, man. Is it setting in yet?
Yeah, it's getting there. Not the real big light of the moment like that, but just the idea and the awareness. All right, I got to fight. You know what I mean? I got a huge test, and I got to lock in and get ready and prepare for that.
So talk to me about how this all unfolded, man. I mean, obviously you've been kind of working towards this moment, like we said, but I mean, I don't think any of us could have predicted what happened on Saturday night and how fast this came together. So how does it happen to you? Is it a phone call? Is it some text messages? Is it? I mean, how does it all unfold?
And they called me before they even left the cage. That ass. They called me before they even left the cage.
That's
By the time Magomed was walking up the aisle, I'd already agreed.
so you were watching the fight on Saturday night, right? I mean, it looked like you had the fight scored for Magomed Ankalaev. I mean, you were just watching it. I guess I don't want to say necessarily as a fan, but you were just kind of. I mean, you couldn't have been thinking about title fight or anything, right?
Yeah, I was scoping it out as a fan, and you know what I mean, and just scouting potential opponents. You know, uh,
Absolutely. And it looked like you had the fight scored for Ankalaev, right?
yeah, I gave the first round at ankle live, and then I gave the last two to ankle live.
Yeah, I had it scored the exact same way. So it ends up being this split draw. You said you get the phone call before they even leave the cage. So who calls you? Is it your manager? Is it the UFC? Who calls?
Yeah, my manager, Brian Butler, called me, and he's right away. Hey, he said title. You want a title fight against Glover in Rio? They called and offered it. I was like, bet.
No
That shit.
discussion at all.
Nah, bro. They actually called me whenever the whole thing happened when Yuri. Um, they called me to fill in for a number one contender spot. So they were gonna for Glover. They wanted to offer Glover whoever. I'm not sure whoever. They was gonna offer Glover whatever fight, and then I was gonna take. They offered me either. They said it was either Magomed or Jan. And I said the same thing Glover said. I said if it's Jan, run that shit. If it's Magomed, I wanted more time.
Understandable, right? Just a different kind of fighter.
Yeah, just the different, just because it's the style of fight he brings. I needed more time. I need more time to make sure I was prepared for that.
So you get the call from Brian Butler. He says title fight, Glover, Brazil. You say yes, and then I mean, do you sit down? What's the first thing you do after that? You call somebody? Do you
Yeah,
sit down and just put your hands?
I call my coaches. I get my team together. I had to rally the troops. I reached out to the people that I needed to reach out to. I actually did reach out to Anthony Smith. Just because that's what I mean. Just on some respect thing. I already know that was not news that he wanted. You know what I mean? And it's not something that I really wanted for him, but it was just an opportunity I had to take. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's awfully respectful of you, right? I mean, I applaud you for that. But I mean, who's gonna say no, right? Like, no, if it was Anthony Smith, he's sure not
Right.
gonna say no.
Right, but still though, you know what I mean. Just me being me, bro. I'm gonna reach out to him. You know what I mean? And him being him, he was like, "Shit, motherfucker, I know." He basically said the same thing. Like, "Shit, I did the same thing." So yeah, he's solid,
That's
bro.
awesome, man. No, that shows a lot about your character, man. That's pretty cool to hear. I like to hear that, man. That's nice. All right, so let's talk about Glover. I mean, obviously, you haven't started breaking him down, but this is a guy that we've been seeing fight for years and years and years. So, what's your initial reaction when you think about I'm going to be facing Glover Teixeira?
Just that. Prepare for the challenge. You need to be ready, physically, mentally, and I got to be sharp. I got to be at the top of my game like I've never been. Um, yeah, it's gonna take
I,
everything. It's gonna take everything to come in and beat him. I don't care about his age or none of that. He's already shown what that means. Absolutely nothing. And he's game, bro. He's a champion. He's a champion. A true champion. So I gotta go. I gotta go. And do what I gotta do. And for how this all came about, it's fitting. You feel me? It's fitting. You know, so number 70. You know, I done seen a lot of the talk. You know, he doesn't deserve it and all this and that. So what better way to go in and truly, you know what I mean, through all the circumstances, to go in and truly start a reign by going in to another king's castle, into his territory, into his home, and beating the shit out of him and taking his belt and taking the belt home, taking the championship home. I can do that. I can at least do that. Since I got it the way that I had to, and it's unconventional, I do that. I go
Wow.
another man's territory.
That's it right there. I was going to ask you, I mean, the challenge of going to Brazil, is that daunting at all? I mean, you got to travel, you're going into his backyard.
I'm excited for it, bro. You know, like I don't look at challenges like, oh my God. I get excited for challenges. I get up for challenges. I get hyped for them. I get excited for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what more could I want?
I love it. Maybe Rio could just be Sweet Dreams Stadium South.
No, that can be Sweet Dreams County.
Oh, okay, Sweet Dreams County. I like it. I like it, man. All right, listen. How much is a challenge? I mean, obviously your date got moved up. You were getting ready for a fight, but now we're 6 weeks out. So I guess how much of a challenge is that for you to get ready for a UFC title fight on 6 weeks?
It's an adjustment, but you got to be able to make those. You know, at the highest level, and when you're chasing greatness, you got to be able to adjust and be ready to do great things.
I love it, man. Well, listen, kudos to you for taking this opportunity and getting this. You've earned it, man. Your performances have earned it. I don't know what people say about you don't deserve it, but things have just happened in a weird way, right? So I guess I imagine reality's still setting in for you a little bit, right? Does this still seem surreal?
I look at it like this: the work that I've put in to be able to put myself in this position, you have to at least put a good amount of work that a lot of people reach a level that a lot of people aren't able to even put yourself in this position. You know what I'm saying? So it's what it is. Has it set in? Yeah, man. Like you want to know what image is really, really like going through my head, like how I look at this. You know, like I like to kind of paint like fights and situation, kind of put it in perspective sometimes. And this kind of the perspective I look at it as. You ever seen the movie Troy?
Yeah.
You remember whenever Achilles stormed up to the gates of Troy and just yelled, "Hector! Glover!" I'm here, bro. I mean, Achilles, the ultimate warrior, is at your door. Come out and answer, and let's see what's gonna happen.
Phenomenal, man. Well, you can't say anything about that, Jamal. I know you're super busy, man. I know you got a lot of stuff going on. So thanks for squeezing in a few minutes, man. I guess 6 weeks and all the glory can be yours.
Appreciate that, bro.